How you guys doing tonight?
How's it going, John?
Ben, I'm on the side of I-95, about 10 minutes outside of Jacksonville.
How's the drive treating you?
Good, good. So far, so good. We'll do the show, and then I'm gonna go get myself a little barbecue.
Hey, can't go
Uh,
wrong with barbecue.
First pit stop in Savannah, Georgia. Sleep it off and root the games in tonight. Let's see what we got. Let's talk about it, baby. Let's go. Pats. Maybe a little biased, but Pats, okay. What's happening on the football game, guys? Just so you know, I'm on the road, but Ben's at the control center. He's got everything going on.
Yeah, guys, no major injury updates coming up, but as far as the line movement, as far as what's going on, the under, if you guys saw it earlier in the week, was at 45 is what it opened up at. It's been crushed. It was 41 this morning, and right now it's still dropping. It's at 40.5. The spread opened up. It's been 3 pretty much all week. Couple of books right now taking it down to 2.5, but for the most part staying at that 3. I mean, as far as these two teams, this game is as big as it gets. Divisional AFC East matchup. You got Patriots right now who are holding the lead, but the win tonight for Buffalo could change that. Two of the best defenses in football. Bills have had some shaky losses to some shitty teams, but outside of that, they've been playing great football against great opponents. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game tonight nonetheless, but I think the defenses are going to be a key factor here.
Defenses are the factor. You broke up a little bit on me, Ben. I don't know if you said these two defenses are two of the best deep pass defenses in the league, second and third in pass defense. First and second, Patriots got the best. They give up the fewest amount of points in the league. Buffalo gives up the second fewest points in the league. What's the stat with I think we got the Patriots. If you get the website up, I'm gonna get hit with bugs too now out here. If you get the website up there, what's the stat? I know the Patriots have won 6 straight, and they've absolutely crushed in the last 6 weeks. I put up a combined score. Throw that out at everybody, Ben.
Yeah, the last 6 weeks, Patriots have outscored opponents 211 to 63. It's an average score differential of 35.2 to 10.5. So that's an average 25-point window of a win, which is just damn impressive.
And they just absolutely been crushing it. Buffalo, on the other hand, started off the year real strong, except they actually got beat at home by the Steelers in game 1. After that, they crushed a lot of garbage teams. They did beat one real good team, which was the Chiefs. Then they went into Tennessee. They got beat there. But in their last 6 weeks, they're 3-3, so not as impressive. Allen, again, what's the stat I got there on the website? I think he's thrown maybe 7 interceptions in the last few weeks.
Yep, 7 interceptions in their last 6.
No, in shorter period of time than that.
Oh, last 4 weeks. Yep, he's been throwing 7 interceptions and 9 sacks the last 4 weeks. Sorry, that 6 was for that Patriots stat before it.
Right, and in terms to the other kid, Mac Jones, I think he's completed 79% of his passes over the last 3 weeks. What I'm going to say, maybe 6 TDs and 1 INT. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That is absolutely correct. Yeah, Mac Jones, not even just as a rookie quarterback, just as a quarterback in general, he's been very efficient for the Patriots.
Yeah. Are you freezing up? We're freezing up, huh?
Yeah, are you
we'll
guys?
Just see how it goes.
Hopefully we're coming out okay for everyone else out there. Patriots, I mean, I think this is their first big test. They had that Titans game, but the Titans were banged up, played the Browns. Browns were banged up. Earlier on in the season, they had that loss to the Saints. That was like the Bucs, they had that game. They played close with Tampa Bay, 19-17 on Thursday night. So I'm excited for it. I think this is a true test for the Patriots and obviously for the Bills. They haven't been playing great football. Could have said maybe last week's a look-ahead spot onto this big game with New England.
I see a lot of guys in the comments talking about weather. So, yeah, you're up in Buffalo. There's some light rain, chance of light snow. Nothing like no type of Buffalo-type blizzard conditions. so nothing like that. But there's definitely a little bit weather, but nothing that the guys from New England aren't used to. So here, a couple of comments. We got Massa. You on the East Coast or the West Coast? I am on I-95. I am driving up from Florida to New York. That would be the East Coast. Taking a nice ride. Bad weather, right? We got that windy game. Allen will run the ball, and Bill's defense will make it a tough game. Look, going to be a tough game. I expect a tough game. Just got one team that's been playing out of its fucking mind right now. And Buffalo, I've had Buffalo rated as the best team in the NFL from the beginning of the year. Starting to dip, though, a little bit. No need to tease. Just take Pat straight. Good advice. There's no need ever to tease. You know, I'm just going to throw this out there because, again, this weekend, if you guys know, I don't do college, and I'm not just I just happen to see some advertisements that some other people were putting out there. And their idea of giving out hot games, I think this was actually a whale pick, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Ben will tell me if, I believe University of Cincinnati was a 10-point favorite.
Yep, 10.5.
Weekend, and I'm going to say Michigan was about a 12-point favorite.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so somebody's whale play parlay was those two money line. And I kid you not, I've snapshotted it. That was their whale play. A parlay with a 10-point favorite and a 12-point favorite. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. They didn't even have a fucking clue what they even. How stupid do they think you guys are that they want you to pay for that information? It's just crazy. So teases, all this bullshit, that's not a parlay. You want to do a real parlay? At least have some balls and throw some fucking $1.80 and a $2.20 dog in a fucking parlay. That's a parlay. Anyway, no need to tease. Just take Pat straight. Pats might be the play, but there's never a need to tease. Who teased? I saw another genius teasing the fucking Vikings yesterday. How the fuck did they feel at that last-second touchdown with the Lions? It don't work, guys. As bookmakers, we did not invent teasers so the players could win. Get that through your head. Anyway, tease Pats. Mad Dodger. Here, here's another. I like him. He's a nice guy. He's a capper. Tease the Pats plus 9 and over 35. Okay, great. Go pay fucking Mad Dodger, and I think he gets $20 a day for some teaser information. It's stupid, guys. Don't count on the Bills. Don't count on the Bills, but good luck, my man. Don't count on the Bills. I don't know what he's trying to say there. Anyway, who else we got here? Bills -3 to the bank. Look, no game is to the bank. This is a tough game. I'm gonna make a play after we get off here, but we just gave you the stats. Not gonna be giving my play out. What's up, fellas? That's my boy Justin. What's happening, John and Ben? Let's make some money. Uncle Love, I know you're one of my guys. That's what we've been trying to do. That's another thing. I got a DM from my man Miguel on Saturday, I think it was. And he said something like, rough week. Now, guys, I went 9-7 in NBA, 3-2 in NFL. Not a great week. Not one of my 30-4 weeks. But that's not realistic. You can't count on that every week. Okay? So, 9-7, 3-2, 57%. That's a winning week. If you didn't win this week, shame on you. You can't blame me for that week. So, anyway, the 32-4 runs, they'll happen. And we'll have a run like that again. But that's not the norm. Know what the norm is. Any week that we win more games than we lose and we can pay for the juice, that's a winning week. I'm locked in. Let's go. Okay, I don't know who you're locked in with, but okay, what's the good word for NBA tonight? We're going to do the NBA in a minute. Right now, I'm going to give Ben the floor. Let him throw out a college game to you guys.
Yeah, guys, I have a over-under in this New Mexico State game. I like it at over 150.5. They met a week ago. The total in that game was 195 points. It was 101-94. For New Mexico State, their last 6 games have all gone over. For New Mexico University, their last 9 games, 7 of them have gone over. New Mexico State's last 4 games have averaged 160 points. New Mexico's has averaged the last 5 of 159. So both of these teams have been playing high-scoring games. They met a week ago. It was very high-scoring. It went 45 points over the point total. I don't think it's going to be quite as much of a breeze going sailing over into the 190s again, but I do definitely see it going past 150 and into the 160. So I like that over tonight with New Mexico State at 150.5.
All right, Ben. There's a lot of stuff here. Bad weather in Buffalo, like we said, we went through that. You're on the West Coast, East Coast. What else we got here? Tell us Bill is going to stomp all over the Bills. Don't even know what that means. Some guy's going to be in Naples next week. Love it in Naples. And that's on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast. And actually, I won't be there because I'll be in New York. Parlay. Travi gave out Warriors money line at minus 50. Another great parlay, but minus 50. My man Justin laughing at the minus 10 and minus 12 whale player. But that's money line. Money. Give it out minus 10 and minus 12. And I think both the guys covered, right? Am I right, Ben?
Yeah, both.
And Michigan. So give the fucking game out that way and you cover. It's like I says, you're taking money off the table by obviously you've got to bet less money if you're laying a 5-to-1 favorite instead of laying 11-10. So again, guys, you're in the one real spot. The guy that's been there. The guy that's been around for 40 years. The guy will tell you how it is, what it's really like. No sales pitches. No, I got a lock. I guarantee. If I don't win, I give you your money back. It's all bullshit. All sales pitches. Not here to sell you anything. I sell myself because I've been here for so many years. Ben, like I said, you have the you're at the computer, so you start with the injury on the game. Give us the line on it. We'll talk about it. Give everybody a little look at the NBA.
Yeah, guys. So we'll start with some of the games where injuries are more prominent right now. We can start with, I guess, the one that was the big change on the day with the Thunder and the Pistons. Shai Gilgeous was originally supposed to be out. Now he is probable. Had a concussion. That line had dropped from 5 to now sitting at 3. The over-under's been bouncing around, but it's pretty much what it opened up at, still at 204.5. As far as some of the trends, hold on, let me switch it from NFL on the website. So obviously OKC has been playing brutal, lost their last 8 straight, but they are 6-5 against the spread on the road. Pistons are coming off a loss against the Pistons, 114-103, where John was on that play. Pistons with that backdoor cover in that game. Pistons have also lost their last 8 in a row. So this is just a dog shit game. 2 garbage teams going to battling it out. Shai Gilgeous does make it a bit more interesting being back in the game, but personally I have no lean on this game. Just don't want to back either of these teams with how they've been playing recently.
Well, both teams have been off for 3 days in this spot. The last time OKC played, they set a fucking record in the NBA, losing by 73 points. They did play that game without Gilgeous Alexander. He's back tonight. If you guys go to the website, I've got Pistons rated 27.5 at home. I got OKC rated 24.5 on the road. With Gilgeous in, both teams on 3 days rest. No revenge to speak of. That's 3, and that's the game is 3 exactly. Again, this is why I boast about my ratings, guys. They're the best ratings you can find anywhere. I hope you guys do check Sagarin's ratings, and on ESPN in football, it's the FPI Football Power Index. In basketball, it's the BPI Basketball Power Index. And I have that both for college and pros. Obviously, I don't do the colleges, but you can get an idea of what my ratings are compared to those ratings. How about that Philly game, Ben? Any word on Tobias Harris yet?
Yeah, Tobias Harris still listed as questionable. This whole Hornets roster, if you guys haven't known, I mean, they're dealing with COVID issues. You got LaMelo Ball, Rozier, Plumlee, all going to be out here for some time. And even some of the late rotation guys, Ish Smith and Jalen McDaniels out with that COVID issue as well. That line has been sitting pretty steady at 7. A couple of 6.5s on the board right now, but nothing too crazy on the movement there. The under has some solid movement, went from 219 now down to 216.5.
Yeah, the stat I get on this one is that this is when you talk about owning a team. Philly's beaten them the last 14 straight, 10-3-1 against the spread. They just made this game a little too high, especially without with Harris being questionable. He missed the last game with an illness. 6.5, 7. Are they 6.5, 7? What are they, Ben?
Yeah, 6.5, 7.
7 on the road. Philly hasn't cracked 100. The last game they played was at Atlanta. 98-96 they win it. The game before that, they lose 88-87 in Boston. So you can see where they're scoring. Hate to lay a big number on the road with a team that's not scoring, even with these numbers. But, I mean, it's just a hell of a spot. I want to bet Philly in the worst way. The spot, like I said, Philly owns them. Charlotte's back-to-back, totally outmanned. Three of their starters, Plumlee, Ball, and Rozier, out with COVID. So the spot is all Philly. Like I said, they just made it a little high, especially without Harris.
Last time we had that, we talked about Philly with that massive spread, guys, with Orlando. And Orlando ended up backdoor covering that game. I talked about how much Philly comes out of these games hot. They come out in the first half. So I really like Philly in the first half today. And Charlotte's actually one of the slower starting teams. I'm pulling up their first half points per game right now.
Well, the only thing that I would like in this game is because of the fact that they're shorthanded and they're in a back-to-back, figures for them to wear down. This might be a good spot if Philly doesn't start good as the game goes on, or, you know, for you as you live bet, or I might have some interest in this game at halftime. Again, got to know what's going on with Harris before I did anything anyway.
Yeah, keeping moving down the list here with some of these games, guys, we can go touch in on the Grizzlies and the Heat. That line's been sitting dead at 4.5 all day long. Jimmy Butler is the big injury lookout there. He is questionable. Bam Adebayo obviously still out. And for the Grizzlies, Brandon Clark now downgraded to doubtful. That was announced yesterday. And Williams still questionable. So Jimmy Butler being in this spot here as questionable. Obviously, that'll change the line big time on this game. Grizzlies coming off that game. They won against Dallas, 97-90. Covered the spread there. And the Heat blew out the Grizzlies earlier this year in Memphis, 129-103. So a little bit of a revenge angle in this game.
Big revenge spot for a team that's playing unbelievable. They've won their last 4 since John Morant went down. Again, made easy work out of Dallas in their last game. So like I said, you got the revenge spot, home revenge. They got blown out at home. You got Memphis that's won 4 straight. Miami's playing their 3rd game in 4 days. Butler's a question mark. Guys, I don't even need to say it. If Butler's out, you know where I'm looking to go.
Yeah, definitely. Next one on the list here, guys, we can talk about this Hawks-Timberwolves game. Question marks there in this game with Karl Anthony Towns. Misses last game, still a question mark, waiting to see if he'll be in. D'Angelo Russell is also questionable. For the Hawks, missing some key wings here. No Bogdanovic, Hill, Hunter, obviously, and Cam Reddish is a question mark. The line on this game has been pretty much at 2.5 all day long. The over-under has climbed 2.5 points up to 222 now, 222.5. And then as far as some of the recency stats here, Atlanta, we've talked about it time and time again. They're horrible on the road, 3-9 against the spread this season on the road. Timberwolves lost their last game the other night against the Nets, but they did cover. And Minnesota is 6-7 against the spread this year at home.
Again, this game, you got to wait for injuries. You're talking about 2 big guys. I mean, they've got 3 real players, Minnesota, Cat, Russell, and Edwards, with 2 of them being questionable. There's really not much, not much to talk about. Atlanta's on a back-to-back, and they're still shorthanded, too. They're listing Reddish also is questionable tonight. Still no word on him.
Yeah, Reddish still listed questionable.
Last year they played twice. The Hawks beat them by double digits in both games. But like I said, need to find out what's happening with Cat and Russell. Can't give you guys an informed opinion on that one. Where is the Nuggets-Bulls game at, Ben?
Yeah, guys, Nuggets-Bulls, that over-under is coming up on 218 pretty much everywhere. A couple still have it at 217.5. Opened up pretty low, down 214, 215. And the spread on the game opened up at 4. Right now looking at 3.5 across the board. One book is starting to head to 3. As far as the injuries on the game, Alex Caruso is doubtful. And for Denver, I mean, they still have their list of injuries they've been dealing with Austin Rivers, Michael Porter, obviously out of season, Bull, having COVID issues as well. So Denver is just kind of getting thinner and thinner as the year goes on.
They are, but Bulls are also a little thin. You got Caruso doubtful. I don't think he's going to play. You've also got Kobe White out with COVID, and they lost Javante Green also. So they're a little short-handed also. Earlier this year, Bulls went out to Denver. I believe it was 114-108. They
Yep.
beat Denver without Joker in the lineup. That was one of the games Joker missed in Denver. So you got a little revenge spot here. And I just don't make them this high in this spot. I like Denver. You know, I bet Denver the other day. Actually, I bet Denver the last few times. I think they're undervaluing Denver right now. I bet them against Orlando. Had a 16-point lead. They let Orlando take that game, but then went into New York the next game, made a statement, won by 14. I think they're coming for a little revenge in Chicago tonight. What solidified that game this morning, you say it had opened 4. It's down to 3.5. It had opened 4, and they pushed it up to 4.5. I smelled a phony right away. I sent that game out to the VIP guys first thing this morning. We took Denver plus 4.5 on that game, and the total, that total I expect to fly. If you could throw the stats out, Ben, on the site that I threw up there.
Yeah, Nuggets last 7 have gone over 221. 3 of the last 4 games for the Bulls have gone over 228. And the last 4 meetings between these two teams have had an average total of 237.5. So a lot of.
Same thing. That total opened, I believe it was 214. I did not get the opening number. I hit it at 215. That's what I sent out to the members. So we're on the Nuggets plus 4.5 and over 215 on that one. I wanted to bring that one up. That's the one game I'll give you guys for checking out our live tonight. What else do we got here? We talked about Memphis, the Washington Indy game. The Wizards have won the last 5 meetings, 4-1 against the spread. So Wizards beat the Pacers at home. I think it was the second game of the year, if I'm not mistaken. First or second game of the year. Beat them in overtime. But I'm not going to give the Pacers any revenge. Pacers have lost 4 straight. Indiana's lost 3 or 4. Wizards have lost 3 or 4. They'll be sitting Dinwiddie, the point guard. He hasn't been playing any back-to-backs this year. He's just coming off surgery, so they've been sitting him. That's a tough game. Again, that game, guys, if you go by my line, I only make it 2.5. I've only got the Pacers 2.5 points better at home than the Wizards are on the road. But Wizards are in a back-to-back situation without their starting point guard. So I'm right around that 5.5 number, and I'm leaving that one alone.
The next game with kind of a key injury that we haven't really talked about yet is the Cavs and the Bucks. Giannis has just been questionable since yesterday, dealing with that calf issue. Meanwhile, for the Cavs, they still have Sexton and Windler, who's out. So a couple of Sexton's been out for a while. Grayson Allen's listed questionable. George Hill listed questionable. So Bucks with 3 guys questionable, 2 of them being the guards there. As far as some of the numbers here posted on the website, for the Cavs, they lost 109-108 to the Jazz yesterday. So they're coming off a little back-to-back. That was a day game. The Cavs are 8-4 on the road, 10-2 against the spread. So they've been one of the better road teams in the NBA. And the Bucks, coming off their last game, they blew out the Heat 124-102.
Yeah, look, Cavs. This is a different Cavs team, and that's why I hate to throw the stat out, but the stat is the stat. And the Bucks have won the last 7 meetings, 6-1 against the spread. They beat them all 3 meetings last year by a total of 53 points. But again, this whole game comes down to the health of Giannis. If Giannis is playing, you're talking about a 5 points for Giannis right now. Also, like Ben said, Grayson Allen missed the last game with an illness. Will he be back? And Hill with a knee. So this is a team that they started playing well once Milton came back. I think it's now 8 of 9. The Bucks have won. They're 8-4 at home, but they're only 4-8 against the spread. And like Ben said, Cavs at 10-2 against the spread on the road. So even though the stats say that Milwaukee's won the last 7, 6-1 against the spread, if there's no Giannis, again, you know where I'm going to be on this one.
the Bucks own them, but Cavs playing too well, and especially without Giannis. I mean, I don't see how the Bucks going to be able to cover that number. So something to keep an eye on. The Spurs play the Suns later tonight, guys. Devin Booker obviously still out. Vassell was announced out today for San Antonio. As far as the history here, what's been going on. The Suns coming off the first loss after the 18-game win streak. Phoenix 10-2 this year at home, but 6-6 against the spread. Meanwhile, the Spurs playing in the third city in 5 days. They won the other night against Golden State, which is a pretty big win for them, 112-107.
Yep.
And that was the game with the crazy cover on the under, 219.5. What a cover.
We got that one.
Yep. Spurs are 4-7 on the road, 6-5 against the spread.
The interesting stat there is the road team has won the last 7 games in this series. So San Antonio's won the last 3 games in Phoenix, the last 3 times they've met in Phoenix. San Antonio, like Ben said, coming off the huge win at Golden State. Phoenix coming off a crushing loss at Golden State. This game, I think, opened up at 8. Is it at 7.5 now, Ben?
A couple of 7.5s, and most of them heading towards 7.
The line going down. I needed just a little more. I wanted to take San Antonio on this one. I needed more room, like I said. You know, Phoenix is going to want to come with a game after they just lost. They got beat. They got beat up real good by 22 points. That was, like I said, without Booker. And San Antonio may be due for a little bit of letdown. They've won 4 straight. That was a big feather in their cap to walk into Golden State and beat the Warriors there. So I needed 8.5 for that game. My number on the game is 6.5. We'll see where that's at. Once more injury news comes out, you're going to add more to the website. Always do, guys. Look, that website gets updated constantly. I don't stop working. Unfortunately, I didn't stop working till too late Saturday, and I came on Portland at halftime. I just thought the Celtics played an unreal game with the Jazz the night before. They flew 137-130. They were short Brown, and they were sitting Horford and Langford. Just thought that Portland would be able to give them a run in the second half. Just didn't turn out that way. But again, just to show you, 11 o'clock, 11:15, still sit at the computers. So that again, the websites. I might be on I-95. Ben's got it covered. Ben's going to be updating that website all day and all night long. So yes, that website's always updated. If we do something late, check out. I have a very good feeling we'll be doing something on the football game and 1 or 2 more basketball games as soon as we get these injuries. So continually check the website. And guys, again, no better reason than to drop that extra $20 and get the VIP service. So you're out, you're going drinking with the guys, you're at the bar, whatever. Boom, you get a text message on your phone. Let's go and make the bet. Especially like I said this morning, I send out Nuggets plus 4.5 over 215. By the time that you guys got it on the website, that game was already down to 3.5 and 217. So you're going to make it. You're going to make that stinking $20 up, guys. You know, again, I don't want to be a salesman. You do what you want, but it's well worth the money. We got 2 more games on the schedule, right? So we got. Wait, did we do? Yeah, just 2 more games, right? Clippers at Portland. What's happening on that one, Ben?
Yeah, so C.J. McCollum was upgraded to Provo yesterday. That's the one key injury on that game we're waiting to see. As far as the line on the game, opened up 2.5. Now we're looking at 3 across the board. Over-under's been around 215.5 the whole time. As far as the history here, Clippers lost the other day against Sacramento, 104-99. That took place on Saturday, and it was their 4th loss in their last 5 games. As far as the Blazers, they got crushed by Boston. They have lost 5 of the last 6 games. So both these teams in a bit of a slump here. Portland, though, has been very good at home this season and going to be a good spot for them to possibly continue that. Last year, Clippers beat in Portland 111-92, and then LA has won 8 of the last 9 meetings, 7-2 against the spread, including both in LA by a combined 37 points. 6 of the last 9 meetings have been played in LA, and 1 was in the bubble, only 2 in Portland. So that home edge for the Blazers is really big, and so that's that. Clippers dominate the Blazers, but a lot of those games not taking place in Portland.
Yeah, that's why I wrote the preview like that for my How to Beat the Bookie website members. Yes, the stat is Clips have won 8 of the last 9 meetings. But like Ben said, 6 of them have been in LA, and 1 was in the bubble. So there's only been 2 of those 9 games in Portland. In the 2 games at Portland, Portland's 1-1 against the Clippers in those 2 games. So yes, it looks like the Clippers are dominating them, but they're not dominating them in Portland. That's where that game's being held tonight. Both teams are playing horrible. As a matter of fact, one of my guys DM'd me Saturday night. We had, unfortunately, the Clippers against Sacramento. I believe the stat there was the Clippers hadn't lost in Sacramento since 2013, but they lost that night, and we came with the Portland halftime game. So he DM'd me. He's never betting Portland or the Clippers again. Well, tonight they play each other. We got one of them, but you got to be a member to find out which one we bet. And then the last game of the night, guys, is Orlando at Golden State, a big favorite there. Golden State's lost 2 of their last 3 games. They lost in Phoenix, came back home, put it on Phoenix, and then had the ultimate letdown with San Antonio. Magic, throw me some Magic road stats. They've been covering their games. Is it 8-6 on the road against the number, Ben?
Yeah, 3-11, but 8-6 against the spread there.
And this is a big, fat, juicy spread, 16. So I know Golden State's going to want to crush them. Golden State, up until the last game against San Antonio, I believe their last 11 games at home, they had won by 13 or more points. So they were just crushing teams in their path. But like I said, Orlando, they just hang around. This is a team, they got us with Denver. Ben mentioned it. They got Philly. Philly had a big lead. They backdoored it. Same thing they did in Milwaukee a couple of weeks back. Milwaukee had them down 30. This team just hangs around. No way can I lay the 16, even if Golden State's coming out to crush them. They pull the guys, and Orlando just hangs. And to give them, they're not going to get backdoored with that huge number. So, like I said, guys, we're looking at a couple of injury games. The Bucks with Giannis, Miami Heat with Butler. I gave you what we did with I give you the Nuggets, plus 4.5, over 215. I have somebody in the Clipper Portland game. You got to become a member to find out. I have a feeling we're going to do something on a football game. Just waiting to see how much worse that weather gets up until game time. Also, Buffalo, they lost their cornerback, White, who was another big piece, especially when the Patriot quarterback is hit at almost 80% over his last 3 weeks. Anything else you want to add, Ben?
Just to touch in really quick on that last game with Golden State and Orlando. Love the under trends here, guys. For the last 5 meetings, the under is 4-1 for the Magic in general. Their last 7 overall, 5 of them have gone under. For Golden State's here, 16 of the last 22 have gone under. So a lot of under trends. Golden State's last 4 home games, 3 of them went under. So it's another lean there. The line's already dropped 1.5 points, went from 219 to now 217.5. So that's a play I'm on tonight with that under.
All right, guys. Trust in Ben. He's running the show while I'm doing the driving. I'll be making my pit stop, like I said, in Savannah, Georgia tonight. But I'll be up first thing in the morning, sending out our VIP plays. Tomorrow's a real short card, so it depends. We'll see what happens. But we got a few tonight. We might have a few more, especially depending on the injuries. Why don't you guys follow Ben over at his live stream? You got football. You got a big NBA card tonight. And then I'm sure Ben's got some other basketball, some other college that he's got going on.
Yeah, definitely got more plays. And, yeah, if you guys haven't checked out our live stream, yesterday was a great day. We went 3-0 on the live bets and 2-1 on the ones we had pregame. So 5-1 day on the stream yesterday. We give out live bets all the time. Going to be doing it again tonight. So if you're looking for some of those live lines, come hang out with us.
So I don't want to hear nobody else crying that they went 0 for 5 with Ben's bets. Ben's hitting. He's not taking the golden sombrero over here. Come on. Anyway, guys, we're going to catch you next tomorrow. Same thing. I'll be making my pit stop somewhere up around North Carolina or Virginia. Let's get on these games, and let's make some money.
Good luck, guys.